On October 7, over Mr. Tennant's signature, the CIA issued a declassification of certain information that had been previously contained in a national intelligence estimate. I'm going to read two paragraphs from that declassification. Should Saddam conclude that a U.S.-led attack could no longer be deterred, he probably would become much less constrained in adopting terrorist actions. Such terrorism might involve conventional means, as with Iraq's unsuccessful attempt at a terrorist offensive in 1991, or chemical and biological weapons. Saddam might decide that the extreme step of assisting Islamic terrorists in conducting a weapons of mass destruction attack against the United States would be his last chance to exact vengeance by taking a large number of victims with him. From what I read and speculate, there is a prospect that we might be underway with a U.S.-led attack which Saddam Hussein could no longer deter within the next 100 days. In that time frame, I want to talk about where we are defensively and offensively in protecting the people of the United States, especially here in our homeland. First, on the defense. Director Mueller, what would you describe as our state of preparedness to deal with the embedded international terrorists who are within the United States, similar to the 19 who hijacked the airplanes on September the 11th, and how would you describe the acceleration of pace of attempting to identify the location, the scale, the skills, the nature of support and command and control for those terrorists who are living among us?
I don't have the figures in front of me, but I can tell you that since September 11th, the number of investigations that we have undertaken has doubled, if not tripled. The number of interceptions we've sought approval from the court for has at least quadrupled, if not more. The reallocation of, or the reassignment of 500 agents to counterterrorism has substantially assisted in our ability to enhance our coverage of individuals in the country who would do us harm. I will tell you also that with the issue of Iraq there, we have, and without an open hearing giving too much detail, focused on that possibility and are increasing our resources addressed to addressed to those individuals who might be in our country that might find this as an occasion to commit some sort of act were we to initiate some operation with regard to Iraq.
So what would, if you could summarize, what do you think should be the level of assurance that the people of the United States would have that we would be successful in defending them against this probability that Saddam Hussein would be much less constrained in adopting terrorist activities?
Well, I think we are doing, we are looking at every lead. We are looking at every possibility that comes to our attention of terrorists, not just terrorists who may be associated in one way, or directly or indirectly, with Iraq, but others who might use this as an occasion to exploit the opportunity to undertake an attack. I have a hard time telling the country that you should be comfortable that we've covered all the bases in the wake of what we saw they were able to accomplish in September 11th. I mean, that was a watershed in terms of the accomplishment of a group of individuals to come together, utilize modern means of technology in terms of their communications, their planning, their organization, their travels, a type of discipline that prior to that time I don't think we had seen. And so I am uncomfortable sitting here saying Look, we are taking every step, but based on the fact that we are taking every step, you, the American public, should not be aware that there is a substantial risk out there that they could undertake. And by they, I mean not just those associated with Iraq, but those associated with Al-Qaeda or Hezbollah or somebody else. But I would be uncomfortable in saying that you should relax and say the FBI is taking care, or the FBI or the CIA is taking care of that issue.
My next round, I'd like to go to the offensive and ask some questions of General Hayden and Director Tennant as to what we're doing over there against these terrorists.